I'm here with Clayton Davis of awardscircuit.com. Clayton, thank you so much for talking to me.
Thanks for having me.
We are in the backdrop of the 21st Annual Critics' Choice Awards, which just finished. The big winner was Spotlight, taking home the Best Picture prize. The Critics' Choice Awards are different from the Academy Awards because members in the Academy vote where critics on online, on television vote. How much of a difference does it make between the two, sort of the awards bodies?
I mean, the critics had the opportunity to really go with something unconventional. Like we saw George Miller win tonight, which is something that may not mirror the Oscar award on the night. So, it gives an opportunity for the guys that aren't really in the running. But George Miller is, technically, yes, in the running. He's one of the five, so...
Which is amazing. For a genre film that's a big-budget action movie to be nominated for Best Picture.
Listen, I tell my writers, someone told me this, we are living in the day where we saw Mad Max get 10 Oscar nominations, and that is the biggest win that we can, hope for.
Now, I've got to ask as well, Leonardo DiCaprio, is he finally going to win an Oscar? He's been nominated now 6 times, including producing The Wolf of Wall Street. It seems like everybody wants to give it to him, but also at the same time, there's this losing streak that he obviously has. And is this the right movie? Is The Revenant the film?
Yes, because it's just one of these Jeff Bridges crazy hard years. If it's not now, it's never gonna happen for him. But really, there's no one else that will take it from him. I can't imagine.
You don't think Damon or Fassbender?
No, their films didn't perform as well as they wanted to on Oscar Day. Revenant leads Oscar nominations. I think it's DiCaprio's time.
Yeah, and do you think that Alejandro González Iñárritu has a chance of winning Best Director again?
Yeah, he does. Maybe Revenant doesn't win Picture, but it's definitely on the table, and I wouldn't be shocked to see it happen.
What was the biggest surprise in terms of snub this year at the Academy Awards that you felt was like a shoo-in?
Based on the precursors, Carol looked really good for a nomination. I think that was a little hurtful, but Straight Outta Compton is the one that kind of got to my heart. Cause
you're a big fan of it, but it popped up in original screenplay.
Yes, and that was the only nomination for it. It's hard to, yes, the glass is half full. It got in somewhere, but it deserved to be in the picture conversation.
Best picture race?
Especially it showed up at PGA, SAG, BFCA, Acting Ensemble. It should have done it.
Well, it felt very up in the air, as in terms of when the nominations with the PGA and the Guild nominations and the Critics' Choice and the Golden Globes, there were at least 2 or 3 categories that could have gone any which way. With the PGAs as well, we saw Ex Machina get nominated, which was another bit of a surprise, and that's showing up here as well in winning Best Sci-Fi or Horror Movie, and also being nominated for a Screenplay Award at the Academy Awards in Visual Effects.
Yeah, and Ex Machina is another film you could throw in the Mad Max category. I'm shocked that it's even in the categories it made it, because small films like that, they need the critics to kind of push them along and chug them along, and that's what happened with Ex Machina, Mad Max, Spotlight, especially this year. The critics are on board with it, and the Academy tends to listen sometimes.
What do you think about Sir Ridley Scott being snubbed for director? That kind of came out of almost nowhere. It felt like he was on his way, anyways, for a nomination.
Yeah, if you ask me, on my side, I wasn't predicting him for a while, and I kind of felt like it wasn't the showiest, quote-unquote, direction that people could go for. But, him making it, he is a PGA nominee,
yeah.
And a producer with the film getting nominated for Picture. So, I think maybe they missed their opportunity with Gladiator. That's what it comes down to. Should have done it then, so...
Now, supporting actor, does Stallone have this knocked out, or is someone else going to sneak in? And I know Jason Mitchell is someone that you've been championing as well, who did not get nominated for Straight Outta Compton as Eazy-E.
Yeah, it's... The Stallone question is $1 million question. Only 2 actors have won the Oscar without a SAG nomination: Marcia Gay Harden and Christoph Waltz for Django Unchained.
And Marcia Gay Harden for
Pollock.
Yeah.
The thing is, he doesn't have another award to win between now and the Oscar.
Right.
So it's going to depend on who wins SAG and who wins BAFTA.
But it also is interesting that he's playing the same character that he was nominated for back in 1976. There's not many actors that have won for playing the same role. The only one that comes to my mind off the top of my head is Paul Newman for The Color of Money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, the odds are against him, especially. But the narrative is too great. People want to see slide. There's no reason why Sylvester Stallone should have an Oscar like at this point, but for him to win for this now at this point in his career, 70 years old, same age that Burgess Meredith was in the original Rocky. It kind of
69, yeah.
It just fell into place.
But you know, again, like I think Stallone is great in Creed, but I think Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler completely got shut out for the most part of this award season.
You know, the whole Oscar so white thing is still on the table and it needs to be corrected at some point. And I think what this boils down to is Hollywood allowing people of color to make films and to be in more roles. Viola Davis said it the best at the Emmy Awards. Can't act in movies that aren't there for them to act in. Is
there anybody that you're rooting for personally to come up strong in the rest of the award season with SAG and BAFTA and the Oscars?
I'm rooting for Mark Ruffalo for Spotlight. I think he gave the best supporting performance of the year.
And of the ensemble.
And of the ensemble. I wanted him to win tonight, and Stallone edged him out, but he has BAFTA that he can win at, so we'll just have to see what happens with him.
Well, Mark Ruffalo is one of those guys that's so underrated as an actor that we take for granted. I hope that he will get an Oscar one day. I mean, you look at his body of work. He was nominated last year as well for Foxcatcher, and he's great in stuff like Collateral. So it's you know, I think his time will definitely come.
Yeah, he's well respected. He's on his third nomination now. The overdue narrative is starting to build for him. He's going to have his time. He just needed spotlight to really focus on him, and obviously everyone loved so many actors: Keaton, Liev Schreiber, Stanley Tucci. They couldn't fixate on one person all season long until the Oscars, so he has some ground to make up, but hopefully, you know, it'll happen for him one day.
Is there any love for Bridge of Spies? Dad Rock the movie?
Its best shot is Mark Rylance. That's where any love for it is going to be in that category.
And you think maybe BAFTA will come in for him and help him out there?
Yeah, he's well respected, especially a theater actor. Yeah. You know, they like him. They'll probably go for him.
And working with Spielberg again.
Spielberg is the man. He wasn't here tonight, but
no, unfortunately not.
Yeah.
Well, we have to wrap things up, but I wanted to quickly ask you about the BFCA combining both film and television this year. Did it work? Didn't it work? What can they improve on in future years?
You know, I'm a member of both, so I got to vote on both sides, and actually it worked a lot better than I thought it was going to. I thought it was going to be really like just long and drawn out, but everything, the show for 3 hours moved really fluidly. I can't think of anything off the top of my head, and that's saying a lot. So yeah. I think it worked really well tonight. Got to give it up to Joey Berlin and the rest of the board of directors. Did a good job, a good show.
Clayton Davis, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. Where can people find your work?
Awardcircuit.com. That's Oscars all year long, and you can follow me at Award Circuit.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.